So now we will be having certain questions which are given on as a model test paper in the examination. सर मैं दोबारा रिज्वाइन करता हूँ चेंज करके.
यस सर. So friends, in the meantime, Rajvinder sir join करते हैं. There might be some internet connectivity problem. I am sharing the mark sheet of our one of our members who has cleared the examination on 12th of August 2025. Last month ही clear किया है. ये 29th बैच के participant थे. देखिए, मार्क्स स्कोर 90.25. आउट ऑफ टोटल मार्क्स 100. परसेंटेज 90.25. ये तो ऑब्वियस है. 100 में से अगर 90.25 है तो परसेंटेज यही होगा. दिस विल बी द मार्कशीट यू विल गेट immediately after clicking the submit button. Okay. Passing percentage was 60. Number of questions attempted. This is interesting. Only 86 out of 87. Okay. Question answered correctly 80. Out of 86, he was able to answer 80 questions correctly out of 86. Okay. Then question answered incorrectly 6. And result is pass. You will get these 4 magic words on your screen after clicking the submit button. तो देखिए, यहां पर उन्होंने 80 क्वेश्चंस का सही आंसर किया है, लेकिन 90.25 मार्क्स आए. दैट मींस केस स्टडी उनका काफी हद तक ठीक था. 90.25 मींस 9.75 मार्क्स कटे हैं आउट ऑफ 6. 6 नंबर तो जो उनके क्वेश्चन गलत थे वो कटे, और 6 में से 1.75 मार्क कटा जो उनमें से 0.25% का था. दैट मींस जो गलत क्वेश्चन थे उनमें से भी 2 मार्क का क्वेश्चन 1 या 2 थे, तभी उनका 9.75 मार्क है. 2 क्वेश्चन या 3 क्वेश्चन उनके 2 मार्क के थे, बाकी 1 मार्क का उन्होंने गलत किया. ये अगर आप मैथमेटिक्स अगर आप समझ जाएंगे तो आपको एग्जाम क्लियर करना बहुत इजी होगा. तो डोंट ट्राई टू अटेम्प्ट मोर रॉन्ग क्वेश्चंस. अगर आपको कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है तो बिल्कुल भी गलत क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट मत करिए. एंड एज आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू, 68 इज अ मैजिक फिगर. इफ यू आर 100% कॉन्फिडेंट दैट योर 68 क्वेश्चंस, 68 मार्क क्वेश्चंस आर करेक्ट, देन यू कैन टेक एनी रिस्क आउट ऑफ द बैलेंस क्वेश्चंस. अगर आपके 68 मार्क्स का क्वेश्चन 100% सही है, आपको लग रहा है सही है, तभी आप रिस्क लीजिए. अदरवाइज डोंट टेक रिस्क ड्यूरिंग द एग्जामिनेशन. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है. मैं आपको एक और मार्कशीट दिखाऊंगा. अदरवाइज आप अगर देखें, हमारे गवर्निंग इसके मॉनिटरिंग कमेटी के एग्जीक्यूटिव हेड ने जो वीडियो बनाया है, हाउ टू रजिस्टर योरसेल्फ फॉर दिस एग्जामिनेशन फॉर NISM, तो उसके अंदर आपको मिलेगा उनकी अपनी मार्कशीट. आप देखिए 59.75 उनके आए. 59.75. 3 क्वेश्चन उन्होंने गलत किए और वो गलत करने की वजह से उनका 0.25 कहीं ना कहीं आगे बढ़ गया। अगर एक क्वेश्चन वो नहीं अटेम्प्ट करते तो 0.25 मार्क उनको नेगेटिव नहीं कटना था। अगर एक क्वेश्चन वो गलत मार्क अटेम्प्ट नहीं करते तो एक तो जो मिलना नहीं था वो तो नहीं मिलना था, लेकिन 0.25 उनका नेगेटिव मार्किंग में नहीं जाना था, उनके 60 मार्क्स आ जाने थे और वो पास हो जाने थे उसी अटेम्प्ट में। आप थोड़ा सा उसको वीडियो को क्लोजली देखिए, आपको समझ आएगा कहां पर गलती होती है, वेयर यू आर doing mistakes during the examination. So over to you, sir. Rajvinder, sir, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, please continue, sir. Over to you.
So, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, yes, sir. Full screen, please.
So now we will be having certain MCQs which are given as a model question paper, which is available on IBBI website and our RVO website also. So what type of questions you may expect in the examination? And then after that, we will be taking certain MCQs which were given to us by the persons who have already appeared in the examination. So we will discuss about them after that. So here, first question is, when proportionate change in price is equals to proportionate change in quantity. This question is from economics part. Quantity demanded of any commodity, then such demand is called. First option is unitary elastic demand, relatively elastic demand, relatively inelastic demand, and cross elasticity force. So which one is right question and why?
देखिए, जब भी क्वेश्चन आपको एग्जाम में आएगा एटलीस्ट आपको ये पता होना चाहिए किस सब्जेक्ट से आया है। अगर आपको यही नहीं पता ये किस सब्जेक्ट से आया देन इट इज वेरी डेंजरस सिचुएशन। आपको जब भी क्वेश्चन आप रीड करते हैं इमीडिएटली आपके माइंड में क्लिक होना चाहिए किस सब्जेक्ट से है, इकोनॉमिक्स से है, स्टैट से है, बुक कीपिंग से है या किसी और सब्जेक्ट से है। इफ यू आर नॉट एबल टू रिकॉग्नाइज दैट फ्रॉम विच सब्जेक्ट दिस क्वेश्चन इज टेकन देन इट इज अ वेरी डेंजरस सिचुएशन। ओके, यस सर, ओवर टू यू सर।
So which is the right answer and why? Anybody? Tirangam?
Sir, it would be A because
Yes, sir.
when there is a change in the prices as compared to the change in the quantity, and when both of them are relatively equal to each other, then that is called unitary elastic demand. If any changes like which is are not equivalent to each other, then we cannot say it unitary elastic demand, wherein when the change in price and the quantity is somewhat equal to each other, then this is the process is called unitary elastic demand.
kind
So,
of directly proportional होगा ना इसलिए।
yes. So thank you, Manoj Kumar ji, for your valuable input and very
you, sir.
well explained the topic. So from the economics, from these demand and supply, you will get one question. The different things related to demand and supply, which have already been given to you, told to you during our study of economics. So you will get at least one question out of that from demand and supply part. And then from other things, see another question from economics, a market which has only one seller selling a homogeneous product to many buyers, which is, what is this is called oligopoly, monopoly,
Monopoly.
perfect competition, or monopolistic competition.
Monopoly.
So it is monopoly. One homogeneous product which is being sold by one seller, so he must have some monopoly in this. question. Theory of factors of production considered to be the reward for the entrepreneur. Rent, interest, profit or capital.
Profit.
According to the theory of factors of production. So what is the correct answer? And why?
Profit.
So it is profit. So whenever an entrepreneur he invests in his firm, he devote his time, he takes some risk, and for that, in what way he is rewarded? He is rewarded in the form of profit. So all the things which have been done by the entrepreneur, he is being rewarded for them in the form of profit. Then next question, fourth one. The frequency at which one unit of currency is used to purchase domestically produced goods and services within a given time frame period is known as velocity of money, speed of money, momentum of money, count of circulation of money. So it is basically called velocity of money. So you have to remember this thing. Next question, if a person has an income of 30,000 and his consumption is 10,000, then his prosperity to save is prosperity to save.
2/3, sir. 0.67.
By 3 it is 0.67.
Yes, sir.
So it is simpler one. Then the next topic is investment does not depend significantly on demand, level of income, progress of technology, and expectations of entrepreneur.
Level of income.
It does not depend upon level. Next question is
कि इस तरह के क्वेश्चन में आपको यहां पर लिखा हुआ है उन्होंने डज नॉट, अगर वो नॉट नहीं होता तो आंसर कुछ और होता। कभी कभी वो सेम तरह का क्वेश्चन आगे नॉट लगा देता है, इसलिए क्वेश्चन को पढ़ना बहुत जरूरी है। इन्वेस्टमेंट डज नॉट डिपेंड, अगर वो नॉट वर्ड नहीं होता, एक की वर्ड उन्होंने नॉट ऐड कर दिया है, अगर ये डज नॉट वर्ड यहां पर ऐड नहीं होता, इन्वेस्टमेंट डिपेंड सिग्निफिकेंटली अपॉन, तो फिर पूरा का पूरा चेंज हो जाना था आंसर। तो आपको क्वेश्चन पढ़ना है। कभी 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 वो आपके कॉन्फिडेंस का मिसयूज करना चाहता है। वो सोचता है आपको, आप सोचेंगे जैसे जैसे क्वेश्चन पढ़ेंगे, अरे यार ये तो मुझे पता ही है, डिमांड का क्या है, ये इन्वेस्टमेंट क्या है, लेकिन अगर वो नॉट है या फिर पॉजिटिव है या नेगेटिव है, वो किस फॉर्म में आंसर चाहता है, यह आपको क्वेश्चन पढ़ते वक्त ही पता चलेगा। और बिल्कुल भी ओवर कॉन्फिडेंस में मत आइए। 2 बार क्वेश्चन पढ़िए, उसके बाद उसके ऑप्शन पढ़िए, उसके बाद फिर से क्वेश्चन पढ़िए, फिर लॉजिकली आंसर करिए। यस सर, ओवर टू यू सर।
so next question is which of the following is not a characteristic of the informal economy?
देखिए यहां पर भी उसने नॉट लगा दिया है। ये इसका सेकंड क्वेश्चन हो सकता है विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग इज अ कैरेक्टरिस्टिक ऑफ द इनफॉर्मल इकोनॉमी, तो आंसर पूरा डिफरेंट हो जाएगा। यस सर।
So easy entry, no taxes, predominantly micro, and D is regulated business. Anybody having an answer to this and why?
Anybody who can explain informal economy? There is a lot of study material provided to you related to this. Informal economy.
Sir, in short,
So
it is
basically, you
in
this
short, it
Neil
is
Kumar
black
ji.
market or gray market actually, gray market economy. And answer will be D because the regulated business cannot be done by the black marketer or gray marketer.
Yes, thank you for your valuable input. So the answer is D, as very well explained. Next question is, in double entry system, accounts are primarily classified into receiver account and giver account, income account and expense account, real account and nominal account, and personal account and impersonal account. So this you have to remember that the answer is D, personal account and impersonal account. Next in your question is, for a real estate construction company, which of the following is not a part of profit and loss statement? Revenue from apartment sales, interest paid to the lenders, cash deposited in the bank, depreciation expenses.
देखिए, जैसा मैंने आपको बोला था, काफी क्वेश्चंस ऐसे होंगे जो बिल्कुल लॉजिक से डिपेंड करेंगे, लॉजिक के ऊपर आपके। रियल एस्टेट कंपनी है, रियल एस्टेट कंपनी के लिए आप नीचे ऑप्शन देखेंगे तो दो तो ऑप्शन आपको बिल्कुल ही ऐसा लगेगा कि बिल्कुल सही है। बाकी के दो ऑप्शंस में से आपको सही ऑप्शन जो करेक्ट आंसर है वो चूज करना है। जो आंसर बिल्कुल गलत है इस क्वेश्चन के हिसाब से, जो आंसर बिल्कुल सही है, दोनों में अगर आप लॉजिकली डिफरेंस पता कर पाएंगे तो बहुत इजी आंसर करना। चार में से दो ऑप्शन तो आपको पता ही है कि ये गलत होने वाले हैं। जो सही ऑप्शन है उन दोनों में से आपको चूज करना है कौन सा सही ऑप्शन है। यस सर, ओवर टू यू सर।
So you know, in the profit and loss statement, cash deposited in the bank. So ये तो revenue from the apartment sales, it will be there.
Sir, I have
Depreciation expenses will be there.
I have one doubt in the previous slide, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
How the 0.67 we got, sir? 0.67 in the previous one. 30,000, yeah, this one, sir.
So investment does not depend significantly upon. So
it is saving by income.
Sorry, she's asking about question number 5.
Question number 5?
Yeah, that's it.
So, ma'am, see here, out of 30,000, his consumption is 10,000. How much he is saving?
20,000.
20,000 means 1/3 he is
Spending.
So what is remaining?
Okay. 20 by 30. Okay, sir.
Your next question is, difference between selling price and variable cost per unit can be classified as, this you have to remember, it is called contribution margin. Selling price and variable cost per unit, it is called, or it is classified as contribution margin. And next question is, which chapter of Constitution of India is non-justiciable in a court of law? And why?
सर आना तो डी है, क्योंकि हर स्टेट के अपने अपने लॉ होता है ना, इंडिया का तो अपना है ही है।
नहीं सर, ये डायरेक्टिव प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ स्टेट पॉलिसी, तो इसमें बेसिकली व्हाट इज देयर,
हर स्टेट की अपनी पॉलिसीज होती हैं सर।
that is different thing. So basically what happens is कि for fundamental rights and fundamental duties are these preamble, for fundamental rights you can go to the court and if your fundamental rights are not given, you can go to the court. If someone has not carried out fundamental duties, you can go to the court. But regarding directive principles, you cannot go to the court. That is why these are called non-justiciable.
देखिए, as already told during this subject that state can be used for center also, state can be used for state also, state can be used for government also. State का मतलब ये राज्य नहीं है. Okay, is it clear, Mr. Chatat? State का मतलब जो भी authority है वो है. Yes, sir.
Thank you, Sandeep ji, for your valuable input. Next is a contract to perform. So see here, from the economics, you have got then two questions from bank. This question was from bookkeeping and accounting. This question was, the 10th question was also from bookkeeping and accounting. This is from general laws, Constitution of India, first question. Second question from general law is a contract to perform the promise or discharge the liability of a third person in case of default is known as contract of indemnity, contract of guarantee, contingent contract, quasi contract.
देखिए, जहां पर थर्ड पर्सन इन्वॉल्व होगा वो क्या करेगा?
नीड गारंटी.
So he will give the guarantee that if this work is not done by A, B will give a guarantee that I will complete the work. So that is why it is called contract of guarantee. Then next question is, in a case the duty is one imposed by the law and owed to the community at large, what it is called? What it is called? Contingent contract, sessile agreement, government tender, or tort? Anybody? What is tort? You have studied tort. What is tort?
It is a civil wrong.
It is civil law. Basically, it is the duty which is imposed by the law and owed to the community at large.
Civil wrong.
Okay, so this is tort.
Wrong to the community. Yes, sir.
So next question, tort is right in rem, in personam, in decision, in novation.
In rem, because it is in large community, so it is in rem. Personam means only one person.
Yes. So right in rem is right exercisable against the world at large, we can say. 1, 2, 3 questions, already four questions from general laws. Next question is also from the general laws. With reference to Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996, if the parties fail to determine number of arbitrators, which statement holds true? The arbitral tribunal shall consist of arbitrator only. The civil court shall take cognizance of the matter. The arbitral tribunal shall consist of a judge not less than the rank of a high court judge. And then last D is the arbitral tribunal shall consist of a judge not less than the rank of a district judge. So for this you have to remember that if total number of arbitrators, more number of arbitrators are not being found, then the arbitral tribunal shall consist of sole arbitrator only. And then next with reference to the auction sale, select the correct statement. Auctioneer can accept payment by means of bill of exchange. Auctioneer cannot sell the goods on credit or accept payment by means of bill of secretary accept payments of purchase price by means of a check. And the last one is the auctioneer can sell the goods on credit as he deems fit. So you must remember the right answer is B. Auctioneer can sell the goods on credit or accept the payment by means of bill of exchange. So your next question is also from the general laws. Mr. X desires a court gives judgment that he is entitled to certain land possession of Mr. Y by reason of facts which he asserts and which Mr. Y denies to be true. Select the correct statement. Mr. Y must prove the existence of the facts. There is no burden on either to prove the facts. C is Mr. X must prove the existence of the facts. And D is the registrar of the property concerned shall provide the possession. So what should be the answer? And why?
Because the burden of proof lies with the plaintiff, sir, in case of civil cases. So it is answer is C.
So we have so answer is C. The burden of proof lies with the plaintiff. So here Mr. X is plaintiff, so he must prove the existence of the facts. Okay. So see here, another we have studied certain sections of Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. So as per Section 36 of the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016, the liquidator shall hold the liquidation estate as an agent of the debtors, as an agent of the committee of creditors, as a fiduciary for the benefit of all the creditors, and D is as a fiduciary for the benefits of all the stakeholders. So you must remember it is as a fiduciary for the benefit of all the creditors. So you have to study in detail these sections. You must get, you will get one question from these sections of IBBC 2016. And then we have studied certain sections 231, 232, etc. from where you will again get a question. So section 231, 2 of the Companies Act 2013 empowers the tribunal if it is satisfied that the compromise under section 230 cannot be implemented satisfactorily and the company is unable to pay debts as per the scheme. We must wind up the company, restructure the debt, call for rearrangement or replace the principal. So you have to remember these acts 231, 230, 232. Certain acts we have studied in general laws. So here generally you will be getting questions from the Constitution of India, then from the one or two, at least two questions from Indian Contract Act, then one question from the tort, then from arbitration and auctions, and then one question from Indian Evidence Act, one question from Insolvency and Bankruptcy, and one question from the one question from Companies Act 2013 we have studied. So in this case, the tribunal will wind up the company. You have to remember as per section 231(2). Then another question is from Surface Act under SAFASI Act 2002, a lender should approach which of the following agency to file an application for enforcement interest: Debt Recovery Tribunal, High Court, National Company Law Tribunal, and District Court. So remember, under SAFASI Act, lender should approach debt recovery. ठीक है संदीप जी, we may have a short tea break, after which we will continue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So friends, it is 11:35. We will take a short tea break of 15 minutes. We will rejoin sharp at 11:50. Till then, you can switch off your screens. 11:50 will be the attendance time. Right, sir.
Tea break. So next question: when value of variables are associated with weights, then the mean obtained is said to be weighted arithmetic mean, harmonic mean, standard mean, or geometric mean. So when this word weight is there, it means you will be calculated weighted arithmetic mean. We have done one question based upon it during our study on case studies. When we have studied, you have calculated the weighted average. So this is called weighted arithmetic mean. So this is from statistics part. Then the pattern of change within a year that tend to repeat from the previous year is called irregular variation, seasonal variation, secular trend, cyclic fluctuations. So basically, during certain seasonal periods, such as during Diwali festival times, there is sale of crackers, and even sale of goods also increased there during that period. Sale of gold, sale of clothes, sale of many things during that particular period. That is called seasonal period, and every year it happens. So that pattern of change within a year that tend to repeat from the previous period is called seasonal variation. You should remember. Next is technology that permit safe, efficient, and inexpensive cleanup of contaminants. So these two questions, 21 and 22, these are from statistics. Next question is from environmental issues in valuation. Technology that permits safe, efficient, and inexpensive clean up of contaminants. So that technology, what will do that technology do? When the cost of cleanup of contaminant is reduced, when permit safe and inexpensive cleanup of the contaminant, that will contaminate. So what thing it will minimize? It will minimize the loss in value of the property. Next, these two questions are from the third question is also from the environmental. So this question 33 and 24 is also from the environmental issue. Which planning provision is required around the battery limit for an industry having an order problem? For that, you must have green belt to reduce the order problem. You must remember. And next question is also from environmental issues. Which of the following act provision for health and safety in industries are covered? We have studied certain acts, outlines of certain acts. So here it is provisions for health and safety in industries are covered. It is of course in Factories Act. You must have read. So it is not in Environmental Protection Act or the Forest Act or the Industrial Dispute Act. It is in Factories Act. So these three questions are from environmental issues.
फ्रेंड्स, कभी भी आपको सेफ्टी इन इंडस्ट्रीज आएगा तो आपको फैक्ट्रीज एक्ट, बेसिकली इट इज अ फैक्ट्री सेफ्टी एक्ट, फुल नेम इज फैक्ट्री सेफ्टी एक्ट, तो आपको फैक्ट्रीज एक्ट याद रखना है. इंडस्ट्रियल सेफ्टी में इंडस्ट्रियल डिस्प्यूट एक्ट नहीं आएगा, बिकॉज ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट हेल्थ एंड सेफ्टी. हेल्थ एंड सेफ्टी इज कवर्ड अंडर फैक्ट्रीज एक्ट. ओके, यस सर. फैक्ट्रीज एक्ट के अंडर आप अगर देखेंगे तो इंजीनियर्स की रजिस्ट्रेशन भी होती है. तो इंजीनियर्स जितने भी फैक्ट्रीज के रिलेटेड जो प्लान्स बनते हैं उनके लिए इंजीनियर्स की उनको रिक्वायरमेंट होती है. दे यूज टू एम्पैनल और एनरोल द सिविल इंजीनियर्स एंड फॉर प्रिपेयरिंग द प्लान्स. You may that is a biggest that is also a good source of generating revenue in your professional life. Yes sir. Next. Yes sir. Over to you sir.
So no audio.
Rajvinder sir. Some internet connectivity problem. He may be joining soon.
So am I audible?
Yes sir.
So next question is which
Yes,
of
sir.
the following is not a conduct most people associated with ethical behavior? Bribing, negotiating, advocating, and lobbying. So see, it is not a conduct.
Bribing.
So the answer is bribing. Next is,
see, if not word is not used, then the answer may be different. If in this question, which of the following is a conduct most people associated with ethical behavior, then out of three options remaining, there may be a correct answer. But when he is using a word no, not, then the answer is different. Yes, sir. Over to you, sir.
Next is when value of an independent valuer as an independent valuer, the valuer should not charge fee. So he has to charge professional fees. He should not success fee, mandate, or legal fees. So basically, success means on the basis of valuation, if the client is able to get whatever he wants, then it is called success fee. So he should not charge success fee. So this is from professional ethics and behavior. Another question from professional ethics and behavior is, professional independence is a subset of which of one of the following pairs of fundamental principles? Integrity and due diligence, integrity and objectivity, due diligence and professional competence, objectivity and due diligence. So you remember that as a valuer, you should maintain integrity and objectivity. Other things are also there, but this thing is important. This is subset of independence, professional independence, integrity and objectivity. Next question is which one? This is also from professional behavior. Which one of the following is not would not be included in the valuers engagement letter? Which thing would not be?
Question number 28, all the four seems to be correct only. Can you clarify that one, sir?
Sir,
how others are wrong?
Sir, this is a subset of which one of the four? This is professional independence is a subset of as
So
far as
you
professional
have to
independence is
read
concerned.
the code of conduct. The actual wording used there to be used here. You have signed that code of conduct, but never try to read it. The perfect combination of words is more important. What is mentioned in that act?
That is what I have told. All the things are necessary, but see the question. It is a subset of which one of the following? There are different things there: integrity and due diligence, integrity and objectivity. Please read that code of ethics and professional competency very carefully. This is where the question lies.
Each and every word is matter.
See here, which one of the following would not be included? See here, the word is would not be. In the questions, you have to study this. This is why I have told you to go through the questions. First 15 minutes, devote to the reading of the questions carefully. And even at the time of giving the answers. So, first thing is timeline of the engagement. Management's responsibilities with respect to the financial records and accuracy of the information, terms of payment, management representation. So these things have to be mentioned. A, B, and C has to be mentioned. But management representation need not to be mentioned in the engagement letter. This is what he has asked. So read the question. In most of the question, the word not is there. This not word, its presence or not absence make the question different. So many times for confusing this word is added. Most of the time you will get such type of questions. So next question is, what is the date of assessing the value for assets under Land Acquisition Act? So you have to remember it is for assessing the value of assets, the date is date of notification of acquisition notice. You have to remember this thing as per the act. So otherwise, if you are doing valuation, it is a date on which you are doing the valuation. But here, it is a date of notification of the land acquisition. Next is which one of the following factors? See here, it is again, is not affecting the property value. The word not is there. As per the general building rules and regulations. Size of the rooms. So next is population in the area, height of the building, land use in the land zoning. So this population of the area, this factor does not affect. As for building rule, see other thing, general building rules and regulations. Otherwise, population may be affecting. See the word. Otherwise, it is there may be certain cases where population in the area is affecting the value. But he has written it from the concept of general building rules and regulations. You have to answer your question on the basis of these rules. So next one is, which one of the following is the main reason for enactment of Rent Control Act? So this is again from laws portion. These questions are from laws related to real estate. This Rent Control Act was there again in laws related to real estate. Avoid exploitation of tenants, to manage supply and demand, easy availability of dwelling, for betterment of economy. So you remember this Rent Control Act, it is there to avoid exploitation of tenants. This thing you have to remember. Of course, exploitation of landlords may be there, but the main concept of Rent Control Act is to avoid exploitation of tenants. Now, but in the modern or changed Rent Control Act, so provisions are there to landlords. Many states have changed their Rent Control Act. Next, which one of the following is true with reference to easement? This is again from laws related to real estate. It is a possessionary right. It is a non-possessionary right. It is related to movable and immovable property. It is a license and not a right. So it is a non-possessionary right. You have to remember. Next, which one of the following is not a means of transfer under the Transfer of Property Act 1882? It is again from laws, Transfer of Property Act, laws related to real estate. Sale of plot, it should be under Transfer of Property Act. Gift of land, again under Transfer of Property Act. Hypothecation of plot, mortgage, gift of land, it is again mortgage of plot and hypothecation of land. So remember, hypothecation of land is not a mean of transfer under Transfer of Property Act 1882. Then which one of the following is not a basic type of lease under leasing immovable property? You know building lease. What is building lease? When open plot is given on lease for constructing a building. Standard lease, sublease, occupation lease. So there is nothing like standard lease for immovable properties. So you must remember. So see here the word not. In most of the question, the word not is there many times. Next question is, the Hindu Succession Act 1956 does not apply to it. So the Hindu Succession Act applies to the Hindus, Jains, Sikhs and Buddhists, basically, most of them. So Buddhists are also covered under this act. Child, both of whose parents are Jains by religions, they are under also Hindu Succession Act. D is person who has converted to Christianity. So once the person has converted to Christianity, this Hindu Succession Act will not be applicable to him. Then in the absence of will, a person here can access control of the deceased person's assets after obtaining a, what they should do?
Succession certificate. Succession certificate.
They should get succession certificate. This you know all of it. So some questions are there which are but obvious and you can answer without any hesitation. There are many simple questions are there, and you will see that there are certain questions which you have not studied. There will be at least 4 to 5 questions which will be of general nature, so you have not studied about in the subjects we have studied. So please don't worry about that. If you have studied properly, it is 100% sure that you will get 60 marks. No problem with that. Then which of the following is true with reference to the valuation of bridges, roads and other infrastructure projects? Now you have studied, but you have not studied this valuation of bridges, roads and other infrastructure study. Please do not worry, but read the question carefully. From the things you think that I have not studied, see the question. They have value in exchange. They have value to the owner. They have value in use. They have value to the users. So from the given MCQs, you can simply give the answers. Why they have value? Why they have value? Though you have not studied during your course of studied, or they are not given in any books. From the given answers, 4 question answers, you can simply say why they have value, because they have value in use.
In the option there may be a government building, municipality building, the building of any government institution or any other office. You should remember that they always have value in use only. Yes, over to you.
Which one of the following factor is not a physical factor but affects the valuation of a subject property? So you know what are the physical factors?
GDP.
So GDP, you know, it is not a physical factor. It may be factor, but it is not a physical factor. See, physical factor. So here he has asked particularly about physical factors. So you have to read the question carefully. So next question is, while valuation of real estate property, dual rates are generally applied to freehold property, leasehold property, tenanted occupied or properties with the claim or dispute. But you know you apply dual rate when the properties are given on lease. So next is which of the following is not see here it is again is not conforming to the definition of annuity. Interest on fixed deposit, yield on government security, return on 1 year's terms fixed deposit, annual return on investment. So what is annuity basically? What is annuity? Anybody?
It's a regular annual income.
In annual income per annum.
So it is not regular annual, it is
investment.
same income. You are getting same income after same duration of same amount. Same income after a certain period. It may be annual, it may be quarterly, it may be biannual, it may be after 2 years. Time period should remain the same. Amount of income should remain the same. But it should be more than once. So basically, NAM is annuity. From the name may be annuity. Annuity is amount should remain the same. Then time period should remain the same. And of course, it should be regular for certain period of time. So see here, this is 1 year's term fixed deposit. So it is only once. It is not repeated. C is not repeated. So he is. So it is not conforming to the definition of annuity. Clear? Next question is, to what amount ₹1 invested at 6% compound interest will accumulate in 4 years? Which formula will you apply?
Future value.
1 plus R to the power of n.
1 plus R a to power, and simply you can put the values in Excel. FP 6%, rate of interest, time period 4, future value, payment PMTs, null, so you will simply put comma and then 1 rupees and comma 0, you will get the answer, which is 1.263. So either you do it in this in the Excel format where it will be given to you, or you can simply use future value format. And then the next question is, a fund formed by setting aside an annual recurring amount for a given period of time to recoup the capital invested in a landed property is called. What it is called, you know.
Sinking fund.
It is called sinking fund, of course, you know. So simple question. So there may be certain such questions which you can answer without any hesitation. So it will not take more than 2 seconds to answer this question. But again, I repeat, please go through all the 4 answers. There may be another right answer in the next answer. So please read A, B, C, D before answering the question. That is a problem. We see here A, it looks A is right, we simply put A, and then there was certain other things there. Next question is, a proposed development of 4-lane highway along a city suburban area. What it will do? Whether it will decrease or increase demand in that area?
Increase.
Increase the demand of the land because of the proper accessibility, easy accessibility.
Okay. Next question is, which of the following would have an effect on the development potential and value of properties? Floor space index, ownership pattern, size and height of rooms, provision of utility services in a building. So see, maybe that all of these are affecting the value, but he is asking it from the concept of development potential. So what thing will affect the development potential? Floor space index. If floor space index is higher, you can have more covered area of all the floors. And if it is lower, it will have lower covered area as allowed under the floor space index building bylaws. Okay. Next is, demand for real estate in a specific location is not influenced by which of the following? Price of housing. So we have studied certain factors which affect the demand and which affect the supply. These factors were studied. So first thing is price of housing, demand for automobiles, cost of borrowing, consumer's preference. So you can simply, from the answer, you can simply answer. So automobiles has nothing to do with the demand for real estate. So here again, it is not influenced by. So the answer is B. Next is, which of the following is not an objective? So again, it is not an objective for a green building code. So green building code, what you need? you need water conservation, you need energy efficiency, you need dependence on virgin materials, but you need not cost of construction. So you know the cost of construction will increase in a green building concept. So it is not an objective. Next, which one of the following does not represent correct meaning of properties considered for valuation of properties under income approach? Unoccupied property, owner occupied property, building under construction, or rent fetching property. So we cannot calculate value of a building which is under construction by income approach. For that you have to use cost approach. The next question is, which of the following is not true with reference to wealth in valuation of property? Wealth is a material thing. Wealth consists of useful thing owned by person. Property is benefit of wealth. All goods which satisfied human wants are wealth. So you know all goods which satisfy human wants, they are not wealth. So D is the right answer. Next is, in the case of unexpired period of lease is too long, then reversionary value would be what should be the answer? So what is reversionary value basically? What is reversionary value?
Present value of the property after the lease period.
After the expiry of the lease.
Expiry of the lease period. So it will
So
be
then,
since
if the lease period, unexpired lease period is more, then how it will affect? Whether it will increase or decrease the reversionary value?
it will decrease.
It will decrease. So if it is, see here the question, if it is too long, so first thing is, it cannot be 0. It cannot be less than 0. Whatever value it may be, it should be more than 0, and it should not be less than 0. We may call it as negligible. Clear? If the concept is clear, then you can answer any question. Next, which is not correct about the surrender of lease? Premature termination by the lessee, unilaterally terminated by a lessee, terminated with consent of the lessor. It can happen post expiry of the lease. See here, lessee can terminate the lease by giving a notice of certain period as stipulated in the law. During the lease period, both lessee and lessor, they can terminate the lease by giving a notice to the other party for the period as stipulated by law or as stipulated in the lease deed. But once the lease period has come to an end, then what? Lease itself has exhausted. No lease exists there. Then what happens? So after lease has come to an end, lease already have come to an end. So let's see, it can happen post expiry of the lease. So surrender of lease cannot happen after the expiry of the lease. At the time of exhaustion of lease, when the lease come to an end, it automatically deemed to be come to an end. Next question is, an investor purchases a property of 1 crore and then spends another amount of 20 lakh to redevelop the property in order to earn a higher rent, bringing the total cost to 1.2 crore. The property is expected to produce a net operating income of 10 lakh. Its unlevered yield is. So what do you have to find in this question?
Yield rate or capitalization rate?
So capitalization rate. So what is the formula for that?
Net income by cost.
So net income is, what is the net income in this question?
10
lakh.
So what is the total value?
1.2 crores.
So divide 10 lakh with 1.2 crore.
8.33.
So this question is of 1 marks. You may get 1 marks or 2 1 questions. So already we have got 1 or 2 questions of 1 marks where calculations are needed. The next question is again of 1 mark. A project requires an investment of 10 lakh and has a net present value of 16 lakh. What is the profitability index? So remember, profitability index is present value of future cash flows divided by initial investment. So what is net present value? How do you can define net present value?
16 divided by 10 lakh.
So that is what I am asking. I am asking, what do you mean by net present value?
Depreciated cost of new.
It is not depreciated. This is from discount cash flow method. This is present value of all future cash flows. That is called net present value. Present value of all future cash flow. This is from discount cash flow method. This question is from discount cash flow method, DCF method. So that is given to you as 16 lakh present value of future cash flows. So for profitability test, and the initial investment is 10 lakh. So 16 lakh divided by 10 lakh, it is 1.6. The answer is B. Okay. Next, which one of the following would be least suitable approach to value a specialized property? Cost of replacement, income expected from the property, profit producing qualities of the property, or sales comparison.
Since it is a specialized property, we will not have any sales comparison.
So it is, the answer is D. Okay. Next question is, in order to carry out valuation of immovable property under market approach, the fundamental requirement is that the property should be investable, transferable, marketable, and non-investable.
देखिए, थोड़ा लॉजिक लगाएंगे तो आपको आंसर मैक्सिमम क्वेश्चंस के अपने आप ही मिलने वाले हैं. And you have already learned these things in previous sessions. तो आपको ये आंसर आना ही चाहिए, इस तरह के आंसर जो सिंपल लॉजिक के ऊपर डिपेंड करते हैं. यस सर.
We can apply market approach to the property which are marketable. We have studied marketable properties, non-marketable properties, income factoring properties. All these things we have studied. So a market approach we can apply only when the property is marketable. So the answer is C. Next question is, use of sales comparison approach to valuation requires information from sufficient sales of similar property, sufficient income from the property, data on cost acquisition, information regarding the title of property.
भाई 25 कैसे करोगे? तो मना करो 25 के डॉक्यूमेंट लो उनसे. कौन से इसको मेल डाल दूं? हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल डाल.
मिस्टर अभिषेक बहल.
हैबिटेशन कितनी है वहां पे?
मिस्टर अभिषेक बहल. मिस्टर अभिषेक बहल, am I audible to you?
कर ही नहीं सकते.
Mr. Abhishek Bahl, am I audible to you? Last call, Mr. Abhishek Bahl, am I audible to you? Mr. Abhishek Bahl, am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you are not concentrating on the this thing. I think there is no fun of continuing the class. Goodbye and please नो फन इज कंटिन्यूइंग. देखिए, आप यहाँ पर सिर्फ बैठे हैं शक्ल दिखाने के लिए, ऐसा नहीं चलेगा. ये सेशन आपके लिए अरेंज किया गया है. दिस इज नॉट कवर्ड इन सिलेबस, इट इज इन 0 hour. If you are not concentrating on it, you are doing your own work, then it is not required for you. Goodbye and good luck.
Sorry, sir. Sorry.
Sorry. We are sorry. We are sorry for that. Yes, sir. Please continue.
So next is, use of sales comparison approach to valuation requires. So anybody, what is sales comparison approach? What do you mean by sales comparison approach?
Comparison with the other properties in the market that were saleable.
Sold properties.
So similar
properties market में हो और
How much sale is happening for
वो
similar
अपना
properties?
इक्विवेलेंसी देख लेते हैं सर. अपना उनकी वैल्यूएशन करनी है फिर. Similar
based
type of
upon the
property.
data. So it means it is information from the sufficient sales of similar property. Sorry. Next is, in a adjustment grid model exercise, assignment of weightages to the factors is best done on the basis of relevant importance of factors to the local people, relevant importance to the valuer, valuer's intuition and knowledge, valuer's judgment of value. On what basis you apply the weightages? See, you cannot apply the weightages arbitrarily. You have to check it from the market conditions, how they are affecting the values in the local market. Weightages are applied on the basis of how they are affecting a particular assignment, how it is affecting the value of the property. So the answer should be relative importance of factors to the local. Next question is size, shape, plot area, frontage and depth, vista, orientation, soil type, topographic factor are characteristics of land, are factors that affect the value of a subject land. What type of factors these are?
Physical.
So these are physical factors. So next question is which method of valuation is best used to estimate fair market value of a land of large size on the basis of sale of similar plots? So for large size of plots, which method you apply? Anybody?
So belting method, we divide the area into number of small.
So it is hypothetical plotting method. So basically we do not actually divide the area, we divide it on papers. Hypothetically. That is why it is called hypothetically. We do not do actual plotting. We do plotting on papers and on the basis of that we calculate the value. That is called hypothetical plotting method. Right? Next one is in simplest form, the residual method yields a maximum purchase of site as a expected price of development property. Developed property means expected development cost plus allowance for to cover the risk and profit. Expected income from the property development cost. Expected cost of development plus profits. Expected development cost plus allowance to cover risk and profit. So you have done one method, that was development methods. So where the development method is applied?
Where
What is
sufficient
development
land
method?
data is not available, sir.
So basically, when a large project is coming up and you have to do the valuation of the land, let us suppose a lot nowadays, there are certain developments along the highways where a number of prominent outlets are there at one place. Puma, Haldiram, McDonald, some developers are constructing units like they're having a number of outlets there at at one place, let us suppose, and you have to do the valuation of that land before the starting the project. The developer wants a loan from the bank, and bank asks you to do the valuation, and there are no sources from there you can calculate you can determine the value of this land, because this land has development potential. So what you will do there, you will do hypothetical development of that land. You will prepare a plan that how many number of outlets can be constructed here, and then what will be the saleable area, and at what cost that developed project will be per unit it will be sold, then from that you will deduct the cost of development. That will give you the net development potential value. From this you can calculate the value of the land. So that is called development method. So for development method, what thing you need? Which of the following valuation approach generally considered which gives true investment made by the person with reference to the immovable property? So what we will do? So generally these developed properties are not outrightly sold. They are given, they are used as an investment. From there we can have regular incomes. So that is why this income approach method is generally considered. Next question is in valuation of immovable property, bad workmanship in construction of building affects which of the following life of the building? This is simple one. This is simple one.
Physical life.
So it is physical life. What is difference between physical and economic life? Anybody?
Life of the building will be
Economic life
more
means it is
income.
giving income, sir. Income is not decreasing. There may be physical life, but their property may not fetch good income. Then its economic life is over. That is, repairs and maintenance are more than the income.
So economic life is that when even after carrying out necessary repairs, you are not able to get the required income from the property. Property is not able to generate the required income. Even after giving it a facelift, ever after doing required repairs and renovation, then we call that the economic life of the building has come to an end. And what is physical life? But remember, even after the end of economic life, we can still use the property. Though it may not be economically viable, that it is not generating required income, but it can still be used. But a time will come when after which you cannot use the building due to its physical condition, that it can fall anytime or it has fallen. Either it can fall anytime, it can fall anytime the condition is such that it will be not fit for inhabitation. Then we call it that the physical life of the building has come to an end, when it is no more fit for inhabitation. Clear? What is the difference between economic and when economic life come to an end, it can still be used, though it may not be economically viable. But after physical life come to an end, it is not fit for human habitation. Clear? These two things you must understand. And for calculating of valuation, depreciation, etc., we generally use economic life of the building. Next one is in valuation of buildings, depreciation is reduction in dash with the passage of time. Of course, it is a reduction in the value of the property with the passage of time. Next question is which of the following is true with reference to the reproduction cost under cost approach of valuation of immovable property? So what is reproduction cost? There are two costs. One is reproduction and second one is replacement. What is reproduction? What is replacement?
Replacement totally new.
And reproduction?
To make it workable, like it can work previously, it can work.
It is not so.
So
There are two things. One is that you are having a Fiat car and nowadays Fiat car is not available and now you want a car, you want to replace it. You will replace it with the same Maruti car. You have replaced it with the Maruti car. Means usefulness of the car remains same to you. But if you replace the Fiat car with a new Fiat car, then it will be reproduction. Means if you construct a building, now you know about 40, 50 years ago, buildings were constructed with the mud mortar. And then comes use of lime mortar. Nowadays, these are constructed with the cement mortar. If you construct a building with mud mortar, which was constructed in the 80s or 60s, 70s, same building, the same building, similar building, having doors and windows at the same place, everything same. It means you have reproduced a replica of the mirror replica, you can say, a replica of the building. That is reproduction. And if you build a building, let us suppose there was a partition wall which was constructed of mud mortar and plastered on both the sides. Now you have constructed the same wall with the cement mortar, but you have not plastered in on either side. Means you have replaced the wall. Means this wall has same utility. This partition wall, though it is not of the same material, it is not plastered on both the sides, but it is providing the same utility, which the wall which was before there. Then we call it we have replaced the wall. Or if we construct the same wall with the mud mortar and then plastered on both sides, we will call it that we have
सर आवाज ब्रेक हो रही है सर ब्रेक आवाज हो रही
जी कमल किशोर जी
सर
Sir, your voice is not audible.
reproduction and
सर प्लीज रिपीट आवाज ब्रेक हो रही थी आप
कमल किशोर जी
Clear, sir, clear.
क्लियर
सर
Clear,
आवाज
sir, clear.
सर आवाज
सर
ब्रेक हो रही थी सुनना नहीं प्रॉपर
अगर आपने एक वॉल वो मड मोटर की बनी हुई थी दोनों से प्लास्टर थी
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Sir, your voice is not clear. Am I audible, sir? Rajendra, sir?
Yes, sir, I will change the
Yes, sir. So friends, if you are constructing the same type of wall, let it be a building is there, 1000 square feet is there, and it is being used as factory. And it is constructed with mud mortar and some batten roof, and some other specification was there which were of old times. If you are replacing this building with a new building or any other building which is having RCC roof or having same area with superior flooring and some other things, then it is called a replacement cost or replacement of that building. Means it is having the same utility. Means you can use that 1000 square foot area with the same utility as a factory, but some things may be different. The specification may be different. Some doors and windows may be different. The use of material, the material used during this construction may be different. Then it is called replacement. Okay, if you are using the same type of construction, if you are constructing the building by using the same type of material, the same specifications, if at that time the flooring was of mud, you are using the mud flooring only. If that time the mortar was used as mud mortar and bricks of old times, you are using the same types of bricks and mud mortar, and you are using the battened roof only, then it is called the reproduction. Okay, with the same specification, if you are constructing a building as on date, then it will be having the reproduction. It is called reproduction. Replacement.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Yes, sir.
Replacement means you are replacing the thing, but the utilization is the same. If you are replacing a house with 500 square feet with another house with 500 square feet with some other specification, but the utilization is same, then it is called replacement. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? Over to you, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Sandeep. So, which of the following is true with reference to the reproduction cost under cost approach? It is not derived using cost inflation index. It is derived with the same utility. It is derived with different materials of construction. It is derived with the same material of construction.
So, friend, there will be a question in your mind that what is the use of reproduction? If we have to use the previously used material or old material, what is the use of reproduction? So, mostly reproduction is being used in the ornamental buildings, some temples, some previously designed buildings such as monuments or some other heritage buildings, and some buildings of historical importance. There and some other buildings, for some other buildings also, where a particular specification is required. Is it clear to everyone? Over to you, sir.
So next is, which of the following approach property combination is not a in which of the following methods value or adjust prices paid for a comparable asset with the subject asset to estimate value? Depreciated replacement cost method, discounted cash flow method, rule of thumb method, sales comparison method. It is simple one. You know it is sales comparison method. Next, which of the following approach property combination is not a practical valuation possibility? Income capitalization approach, house on lease. Sales comparison approach, owner occupied. Cost approach, public school. Income capitalization approach, owner occupied bungalow. So you know, for owner occupied bungalow, we generally do not use income approach method. We either use sales comparison or simply cost approach. So income approach is used where income is generated. If your owner is using self-occupied house, so it does not means it is generating. Of course, it may be saving some rent for him. Next is, which of the following statement is true in relation to obligation to the insured on notification of a claim? To defend the insurer, to indemnify the insurer, to investigate and settle potentially covered claim, ensure liability for the damage is covered by the policy. So first thing is, you must know who is insurer and who is insured. He is asking what is the responsibility of the insurer, means insuring company. What is his obligation? So his obligation is to ensure liability for the damage is covered by the policy at the time of doing valuation. Oh, sorry, doing insurance. This is his obligation. Next is section 247(2), which is related to registration of valuers, you know. Any valuation undertaken should not be carried out using a method that is an internationally accepted valuation methodology, adopted by any valuation professional organization, specified by Reserve Bank of India, Security and Exchange Board of India, or any other statutory regulatory body, or customized to client needs. So, do you know you cannot do the valuation methodology which is customized to client needs. You can use only those methods which are given in international valuation standard or by any RVU or by RBI, SEBI or any other statutory body. So the answer is D. Next is, which one of the following statement is not true about with the reference to the fair value measurement under Accounting Standards 113. We have studied these standards in general laws. Fair value represent an exit price and is not entry price. Fair value is market-based measurement and not an entity-specific measurement. Estimation of fair value based on highest and best used premise. Fair value measurement is adjusted for transaction cost. So you remember, you have to study these Indian accounting standards. There are 3-4 Indian accounting standards: 113, Indian AS 116, etc. So you have to remember the things given in them. So it is fair value measurement is adjusted for transaction cost under Indian AS 113. The word by word thing there. Then next question is, valuer may generally be invited under the following capacity in the court. So this question is self-discriminatory. So valuer can appear in a court as an expert witness. So to take examination in chief, to explain the advocate, question the advocate of other side, to cross examination of the valuer of other sides. This is not the duty. This is the duty to appear as an expert witness in the court. Court can ask you. Next is Supreme. Now these two questions are from case laws, 10 case laws you have studied. The Supreme Court observed that this value is unaffected by special needs of a particular purchaser. In case of R.C. Cooper versus Union of India, CVT versus P.N. Skun, Wenger and Company versus DBU, Javaji Nagnathan versus Revenue Divisional Office. So you have to remember these case laws. Two types of questions will be where one statement will be given, you have to answer the case, name of the case. Here the statement is given, unaffected by the special needs of a particular case. It is from first R.C. Cooper versus Union of India. Next question is, in which case did the Supreme Court hold that the factor can be discounted by making deduction by way of allowances at an appropriate rate, ranging approximately between 20 to 50% while driving land rate of a large plot of land from sale instances of small plots of land. So here the statement is given, you have to name the case law. So it is, you remember it is from Chiman Lal or Govind Lal versus SLAO, Special Land Acquisition Officer. These types of questions, the only thing is you have to remember them. You can have your own thumb rules, that how you have to remember them, or we have given a table to you to help you to remember these case laws.
Sometimes there may be a question like who is called as, who is known as the officer of the court? The option is clerk of the court, judge, reader of the court, and advocate. Who is known as the officer of the court? The options may be different. I am talking about the nearest option he may give. Any answer from any participant.
Advocate.
Any other? Officer of the court.
Reader of the.
Reader.
Any other option? One is advocate, one is reader. Second, any other option? Clerk of the court, judge, reader of the court, and advocate. Logic. The question from the logic. The advocate is known as the officer of the court. Bajirao Bhosle sir was right. The advocate is always known as the officer of the court. Yes, sir. Over to you, sir.
सर वो तो पिटिशनर या रिस्पोंडेंट के होते हैं ना, ऑफिसर ऑफ द कोर्ट कैसे होगा सर?
सर कैसे होगा नहीं, ये होता है. Advocate is always known as the officer of the court. He has to represent his clients, both the clients. Advocate has to represent all the clients to the court. Yes, sir. Over to you, sir.
Which of the following is not an essential feature of a contract of sale? Presence of two parties, sale of goods, consideration in terms of price, unconditional contract. So see, the question is not, see word, not an. So there may be some conditional. So it is unconditional contract. Other things should be there, may not be essential. So it is not an essential thing. Which one of the following peril is an add-on cover in standard fire insurance policy? You used to have to remember it is earthquake. You can get an add-on by paying a certain an extra premium for earthquake loss due to earthquake. Next question is, when an amount of insurance is less than the value of the machinery damaged, a loss payable is as per. So here you can answer the question What should be the answer?
Sum insured.
It is not sum insured. When the value of the machinery damage, when the amount of insurance means you have paid, it is if it is under insurance. Basically, please understand the question. Amount of insurance is less. It means it is an under insurance. And in the case of under insurance, how the loss is compensated? It is based upon condition of average.
आपको एवरेज क्लॉज बताया गया था फर्स्ट डे. द एवरेज क्लॉज, what is it, the meaning of average clause and where it can be used in insurance purposes questions. You have to understand average clause. Yes, sir. Over to you.
Next is, which of the following tasks are not covered within the scope of the valuer's function? To advise individual clients and corporate funds on effective strategies for buying properties, to verify revenue, to conduct marketing work to make the property attractive to potential purchaser, and to appear as an expert witness in the court. So you know it is not duty of the valuer to do marketing work. So the right answer is C. Next is, an asset is officially appraised and priced on. It is a verification date, it is valuation date, it is report date, or it is effective date. So remember, you do the valuation as on date of valuation. So the right answer is B. Next is, which one of the following is the requirement of valuation report? Preparing report without inspection, to give report as per the value required by the client, to give report which can withstand the test of cross-examination in a court, to prepare report without consideration of valuation maximum. So this question is simple one, means you have to give report which can withstand the test of cross-examination. So try this question. Try this one.
Yeah, Mr. Sumit Kumar. Am I audible to you? Mr. Sumit Kumar.
Yes, sir, audible.
Yeah. Mr. Sumit, can you please read this question for all of us?
An owner purchased a piece of land measuring about 350 meters square and constructed a bungalow of ground and one upper floor for his personal use some 30 years back. The bungalow is of first class construction, having a future economic life of 40 years, and has got the total built up of area of 300 meters square. The owner now desires to sell the same and has received an offer of 55 lakhs. With an vacant possession, or in the alternative, he has been offered a gross yearly rent of rupees 2 lakhs for the bungalow and the plot together. There is a good demand for such property in the locality. Other information is as follows. Value of land in the locality for the similar plot is rupees 8,000 per square meter. Present replacement cost of such bungalow is rupees 15,000 per square meter. Total outgoings is equal to 15% of the gross rent. Annual sinking fund for the redemption of rupees 1 at 5% in 70 years is equal to 0.0017. Year purchase at 3% perpetuity is equal to 33.33%.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sumit ji. So friend, this type of question you may encounter during the examination. एक आपको सिनेरियो दिया होगा, एक आपको स्टोरी दी होगी, उस स्टोरी के ऊपर जस्ट लाइक कॉम्प्रिहेंशन पैसेज, आपको 10th में कुछ पैसेजेस आते थे इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज में या हिंदी लैंग्वेज में, उसी तरह का होगा। एक आपको एक सिनेरियो दिया होगा, एक पूरी स्टोरी दी होगी, उसके ऊपर आप उसमें सारा आपको डाटा दिया होगा, उसके ऊपर नीचे आपको क्वेश्चन दिया होगा और उसके ऑप्शंस दिए होंगे। एवरी क्वेश्चन कंटेन्स 2 मार्क्स इन केस स्टडीज। तो उसके ऊपर आपको उस सिनेरियो के ऊपर आपको जज करना है कि क्या उसका आंसर हो सकता है। अंजलि मिश्रा, एम आई ऑडिबल टू यू?
यस सर।
मैम थोड़ा हेल्प करेंगे बाकी सभी लोगों को समझाने के लिए कि क्या वो पूछ रहा है और क्या सिनेरियो दिया हुआ है इन योर ओन लैंग्वेज। ट्रांसलेटेड, इट कैन बी ट्रांसलेटेड इन योर ओन लैंग्वेज विद योर ओन अंडरस्टैंडिंग। कुछ भी समझ आता है बताइए, वो पूछ क्या रहा है, वो कहना क्या चाहता है, स्टोरी में क्या दिया हुआ है। अभी सुमित जी ने हमें उसको पढ़कर सुनाया है, आपकी क्या समझ में लगा कि क्या चाहता है, व्हाट इज द थीम ऑफ द स्टोरी?
सर उसने एक लैंड परचेज किया 350 मीटर स्क्वायर का,
जी
और उसने कंस्ट्रक्ट किया बंगलो ग्राउंड और फर्स्ट फ्लोर पे अपने पर्सनल यूज के लिए 30 इयर्स बैक।
जी, यहां पर गिवन डाटा है लैंड मेजरिंग 350 स्क्वायर मीटर, गिवन डाटा, यू हैव टू नोट इट ऑन योर पेपर। कंस्ट्रक्टेड अ बंगलो ऑफ ग्राउंड एंड अपर फ्लोर, हाउ मेनी फ्लोर्स? ग्राउंड एंड अपर फ्लोर्स। फॉर व्हाट पर्पस? पर्सनल यूज, मींस इनकम अप्रोच इसमें इस्तेमाल नहीं होगी, पर्सनल यूज के लिए। 30 years back, year of construction is 30 years back. Yes, continue, please continue.
Yes, so the bungalow is a first class construction having a future economic life of 40 years. So future economic life 40 years है उसकी, and has got the total build up area of 300 meter square.
Yes.
So 300
देखिए अभी आपको यहाँ पर 300 स्क्वायर मीटर कवर्ड एरिया उसने दिया हुआ है और फ्यूचर लाइफ आपकी 40 इयर्स दी हुई है, फ्यूचर इकोनॉमिक लाइफ। ओके, तो आपको टोटल लाइफ आपको मिल जाएगी। यस, नेक्स्ट प्लीज।
Yeah, so the owner now desires to sell the same and has received an offer. उसको offer मिला है 55 lakhs का with vacant possession, or in the alternative he has been offered a
yes,
growth
with vacant possession and alternatively option है Mr. Bhandari, will you please be able to explain the next option?
Sir, the owner now desires to sell the same and has received an offer of
Second option,
55
sir,
lakh.
second option. Yes. Owner now desire to sell the same and has received an offer of rupees 55 lakhs. ये हो गया. Then
with vacant possession on in the alternative, he has been offered a gross yearly rent of 2 lakhs for the bungalow and the plot together.
Yes.
For the 350 square meter of land and 300 square meter of building, he has an offer of rupees 2 lakh gross yearly rent.
Yes, उसके बाद दो ऑफर है, एक 50 lakhs उसको वैकेंट पोजीशन में देने का, सेकंड ऑप्शन है 2 lakhs उसको ईयरली रेंट मिलेगा। देयर आर टू ऑप्शंस, उसको कौन सा चूज करना चाहिए, यहां पर आपको समझ आ गया कि वो चाहता क्या है। नाउ नेक्स्ट प्लीज कंटिन्यू मिस्टर भंडारी।
There is good demand for such property in the locality. Other information is as follows.
या बाकी का डाटा उसने दिया हुआ है, द अदर डाटा इज गिवन इन द फॉलोइंग स्टेटमेंट। यस प्लीज कंटिन्यू मिस्टर चतरथ, विल यू बी एबल टू guide others what is given in the conditions? Mr. Raman Chatrath, you are on mute.
सर वैल्यू ऑफ लैंड उसने दी है लोकेलिटी की, आस पड़ोस की जो है 8,000 रुपये स्क्वायर मीटर है, 300 स्क्वायर अपना 350 स्क्वायर मीटर उसकी लैंड है
जी।
उसको मल्टीप्लाई करके उसका निकल आएगा वो अपना 28 लाख रुपए उसका बन जाएगी प्रॉपर्टी की लैंड की कॉस्ट। और रिप्लेसमेंट कॉस्ट ऑफ द सच बैंगलो इज 15,000 पर स्क्वायर मीटर। कंस्ट्रक्शन का ऊपर दिया उसने
जी।
तो
Next,
अदरवाइज
आगे क्या दिया है सर?
उसने अपना टोटल आउटगोइंग 15% ऑफ द ग्रोस रेंट
जी
दिया जी आगे।
yes.
तो एनुअल सिंकिंग फंड फॉर द रिडम्पशन इज, वो तो जैसे हम कैलकुलेट करते हैं अभी अपना 1 रुपए का क्या है 70 ईयर्स के बाद का, वो दिया है अपना हमने, इसने फॉर्मूला दे ही दिया
देखिए मेन क्लू
0.0017।
उसने आपको यहाँ पर दिया है, सिंकिंग फंड का आपको कैलकुलेट करके दे दिया, पूरा का पूरा कैलकुलेट करके दे दिया, आपको कैलकुलेशन नहीं करनी, आपका टाइम बचा दिया। लेकिन यहां से आपको एक क्लू मिलेगा कि आपको एक क्वेश्चन आपको सिंकिंग फंड मेथड इस्तेमाल करके ही सॉल्व करना है। ओके, नहीं तो उसने डाटा दिया ही नहीं होता। दिस इज द क्वेश्चन फ्रॉम द आईबीबीआई रिकॉर्ड ओनली। ओके, उनकी वेबसाइट से है। तो यहां पर आपको सिंकिंग फंड उसने कैलकुलेट करके दे दिया, जो एक तो उसने आपका टाइम बचा दिया है कैलकुलेशन का, दूसरा आपको हिंट दे दिया है कि आपको यहां से कैलकुलेट करना है, कैसे कैलकुलेट करना है। ओके, एक एडवर्टाइजमेंट आता है ना, थोड़ा हिंट तो देते, उस तरह का आप यहां पर देखिए, यहां पर एक हिंट उसने दे दिया है, एनुअल सिंकिंग फंड रिडम्पशन फॉर ₹1 at 5% in 70 years is 0.0017. Yes, sir. Please continue.
First question is, what is the amount of depreciation of the bungalow? You try to calculate that. Which method you will apply, Ramanji? Which method you will be applying here? You have studied 3 methods: straight line method, written down value method, and third one constant percentage method, and third sinking fund method of depreciation.
Sinking fund method, sir.
Okay. So what was that method? How will you calculate depreciation with the sinking fund method of depreciation?
Recall your memories, what we have learned in previous chapters. Anyone?
That IC is given, S is given, IC into S into cost.
So here you need only to calculate percentage.
Percentage
you need
is
not
IC.
to multiply it with cost. He is
IC
asking
into
about
S.
the amount of depreciation.
0.0017 into 66.439.
Into 100.
So it will come 11.29.
So see here. Now if you apply straight line method,
it will come 42.
Let us suppose straight line, if you apply straight line method, what will be the value?
42.86.
42.86, sir.
So it will be 42.86. So but see here, both answers are given with straight line method as well as with the sinking fund method. And if you give the answer 42.86, as per your knowledge, it should be right. But as per the question he has asked, that answer is wrong. So right answer is 11.29. See how he has tried to deceive you. He has given the answer based upon straight line method of depreciation also.
देखिए उसको पता है कि आप गलत सॉल्यूशन या गलत मेथड इस्तेमाल करेंगे, और उसने उस गलत मेथड को इस्तेमाल करके भी एक ऑप्शन दिया है, तो वो आपको यहाँ पर कंफ्यूज करना चाहेगा। इट इज योर स्किल हाउ टू कैलकुलेट द आंसर एंड हाउ टू give the correct answer for getting the correct marks. Yes, sir.
Clear? Anybody having any doubt about the first one? Now see, second question. What is second question? What is depreciated replacement cost of the bungalow? What will be first you calculate what is replacement cost? What will be the replacement cost?
45
lakhs. 45 lakh. So how much depreciation you will apply?
11.29.
11.29, yes, sir.
So here he is asking depreciated. 11.29 into 45 lakh will be your depreciation value. What will be depreciated percentage?
100 minus 11.29.
So 100 minus 11.29 into
45
45 lakh.
lakhs. 39 lakhs, 91.
Okay. Now, if you have answer the first question wrong, 42.86, then the second question you will be calculating it with 42.86. Again, the second question will be wrong. See, with one wrong, you have answered, two questions will be wrong. So here the deduction will be 4.5 marks.
And by answering the wrong question, you will be confident that my answer is in option number A1 also and in option number 2 also. I am fully confident that I will get 4 marks. But the result will be -4, -1 also, -5. Yes, sir.
So what will be the depreciation of the now he is asking, what will be the depreciation amount of the bungalow by adopting? Sorry. Eighty-third. What will be the insurable value for reinstatement policy?
देखिए रीस्टेटमेंट में क्या होना चाहिए?
डिप्रिसिएशन नहीं अलाउड है.
Yes.
So it is 45 lakh. So for next is what will be the market value of the property by income approach? For income approach, what is will be the income? What is the gross annual income?
2 lakhs. 2 lakhs.
2 lakhs.
2 lakhs. And then what are it outgoings?
10% of gross rent.
15% of
So what are these? What is net income?
$1.7 lakhs.
So 1.7
70.
lakh. So you can calculate by income approach. Okay. You do the capitalization. So next question. A businessman purchased a plot of 1000 square meter in a posh locality of the city in the year 1987 at a price of 30 lakh. In the year 88, he constructed a house, residential bungalow having 300 square meter built-up area at ground level and 100 square meter built-up area at first floor level at the cost of rupees 14,000. At cost of 14 lakh. Prevalent replacement cost of similar bungalow as on today is 30,000 per square meter. Prevalent land rate in the locality at present is 60,000 per square meter. Age of the building is 30 years and the total life of the building is 60 years. What will be the depreciation? See here, he is asking about depreciation if the scrap value is 10%. So what will be the depreciation amount? How will you calculate that?
C minus
-10%.
10% divided by life percentage.
So what is the life of the age? What is the age of the building?
60 years.
Age is 30 years.
Life is 60 years. So what will be total depreciation? What is total depreciation?
54 lakhs.
54 years, sir.
How many percent? What will be total depreciation? I am asking you. What is depreciation per year?
1.5.
So what is total depreciation? What is total depreciation percentage? 1.5 into 30, 45%. What is replacement value?
1 crore 20 lakhs.
See here, total built up area is
400.
400. 400 into
30,000.
So 400 into 30,000 multiplied by 0.45. Clear?
Yes.
Any doubt? किसी को कोई डाउट है तो पूछ लो. Replacement value will be 400. Total built-up area is 400 square meter. Per square meter it is 30,000. 400 into 30,000. That will be the replacement cost. And depreciation percentage is 45%, means 45% of 1 crore 25 lakh, 20 lakh, it is 54 lakh. Next question is, what will be the depreciation amount of bungalow by adopting constant percentage method of depreciation? So you can calculate that. So you know how to calculate percentage of depreciation with P is equals to 1 minus S upon C raised to power 1 upon N. You calculate percentage from there, you can calculate the depreciation percentage, and then you can calculate the value. Then what will be the market value of the land at present? So what is total land?
Sir, 1 minute, sir. Actually, in the previous one, no, sir. Constant percentage method, if we are taking the constant percentage as 100 by life, then the answer is coming. But if we are using the formula given for P equal to 1 minus
you can do a 100 upon life also. You can
SP by C to the power of 1 by N, the answer is not coming.
So you can use that 100 upon life. So what will be the market value of land at present?
60,000 per square feet. Oh, yeah. 60,000 per square feet.
60,000.
60,000 per square meter into 1,000
square meter. 60 lakh.
600.
Okay, the answer is B.
60 lakhs.
600,000. It is 6 crore. What will be the total market value of the bungalow property for the bank loan purpose? You add depreciated value. So see here, depreciation is 54 lakh, depreciated value is 66 lakh. So 6 crore plus 66 lakh, it is 66 crore 66 lakh. What is the balance economic life of the building?
30 years.
30 years. Which of the following will not be considered for the estimation of present value of the property? Depreciation, current replacement cost of the building, economic obsolescence, current land rate. So economic obsolescence, no data is given, we will not be using that. So there may be certain questions where you need not to do any calculation work. Clear? So now we will be having certain questions which were given by the persons who have appeared in the examination. Suppose a man who owns a rental house with 2 acres of land marries a woman who has a son from a previous marriage. To provide his new stepson, he has given him a life estate in the small house. When his stepson turns 18, he can mortgage his interest, he can rent the property out, sell the life estate to someone else who will rent the property, or all the above. Anybody?
Only after 18 years he can do all the above.
So he will get all the rights. He can mortgage his interest, he can rent the property out, he can sell the life estate to someone else who will rent the property. So he can do any of the when he turns 18. Next question is, as per Indian Accounting Standard 36, what is a recoverable amount of an asset or a cash generating unit? Higher of the fair value less cost of disposal or net present value. Lower of the net present value or cost. Lower of its cost or net realizable value. The higher of fair value less cost of disposal or value in use.
रिकवरेबल अमाउंट की डेफिनेशन आपको फर्स्ट डे बताया गया था आउट ऑफ दो 60 इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म्स 60 इंपॉर्टेंट ग्रॉसरी ऑफ वैल्यूएशन रिकवर व्हाट इज मीन बाय रिकवरेबल अमाउंट उसका फॉर्मूला भी आपको बताया गया था और ड्यूरिंग द नेक्स्ट फ्यू डेज चैप्टर जब हमने लिया था उसके अकॉर्डिंग टू सिलेबस तब भी आपको एक्सप्लेन किया गया था ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म है यू मस्ट नो इट व्हाट इज मीन बाय रिकवरेबल अमाउंट यस सर ओवर टू यू
So answer is D. You must remember the recoverable amount of an asset or cash generating unit is the higher of its fair value less cost of disposal and its value in use. Impairment loss is to be accounted for when carrying amount is greater than recoverable amount. The recoverable amount should be higher of the following: fair value less cost of disposal or value in use. Means estimated discounted future cash flow. Next question, which among of the following measures will possibly ensure that there is lesser black money in the Indian market? Reducing tax rate on purchase of houses. Timetable for reducing corporate tax should be gradual and delayed. Discretion should be reduced and accountability should be increased in tax administration. Answer is 1 only, 2 and 3 only, 1, 3 and 2 and 3 only, and 1 or 3 only. Anybody? Anybody? Black money. How you can reduce the black money?
During the purchase of, sale and purchase of land or houses, there is a lot of involvement of black money. So we'll be reducing tax rates on purchases of houses. That would be one factor wherein, we possibly ensure that there would be a lesser black money will come into the picture.
How you can do that? How the government can do that?
So, first option would be there, reducing tax rates on purchase of houses, and obviously, discretion should be reduced.
So first and third, this is answer D is there. Then next question is adjustment for financing terms. Reflect. This is from bookkeeping. The difference in sale prices of property that sold for cash or market rate financing and the ones that sold with special financing that favor the buyers. Differences in sale prices of property that sold for cash and the ones that sold for financing with financing. The differences in the market on the effective date and the comparables. The difference in motivations of the sellers and the buyers on the date of sale. So you remember adjustment in financing terms means difference in sale prices of the property that sold for cash or market rate financing and the ones that are sold with special financing favoring that buyer. Okay. Next is land value can be estimated by using all the following techniques except allocation method, cost method, sales comparison method, and income method. So you know for cost of land, sir, the value of the land, you have to use some methods, but not the cost method. So for cost method, you have to, this cost method is applied for calculating the depreciated replacement cost of the building, not the land. For land, either you can use a sales comparison method, or you can use a residual method from income approach method or from allocation method, etc.
The answer is written A, sir. That should be changed.
Okay. So it should be B, sir.
That is a wrong option.
That is a wrong option. So principle in insurance mentions the cause of loss must be direct and an insured one in order to claim compensation. So what is this called? What is this called? We have studied principle of insurance.
Sir, indemnity would be the answer.
It is a indemnity. A cover letter is normally written by the reader, CEO, report writer, or top management. So this is a question from the examination someone has told. So the right answer is top management. So next question, if you invest 100 rupees today, after 1 year you get 110, what is the RR? Internal rate of return, or you can say
10%.
this is 10%. Current replacement cost minus depreciation is called as
Depreciated replacement cost.
DRC.
depreciated replacement cost. Registered value organization should not become through more than layer. As per governance structure, model bylaws by registered value organization under Companies Act rules, a registered value organization should not be a subsidiary of a body corporate through more than one layer. This you have to remember. Next question, drawing cash from ATM sale or sale by fall of hammer at an auction sale, etc. These are examples of we have studied various types of laws, contract act. So this is an implied contract. Next is the mortgage clause that permits the borrowers to pay off the entire debt ahead of the schedule without being charged as a penalty is called an prepayment clause. Fair value is the price at which an orderly transaction to sell the asset or transfer the liability takes place between dash at the measurement dates. Market participants are interested parties, are willing buyer and a seller, or specific buyer and a seller. Anybody? What should be the answer?
Market.
So answer is market participants. So in fair value, when you are calculating fair value, it is between the market participants, not between interested parties, not between willing buyer and a seller, or between a specific buyer and a specific seller. So this fair value is market-based measurement. It is not an entity-specific measurement. So some asset and liability observable market transactions or market information might be available. For other assets and liability observable market transaction, market information might not be available. However, for the objective of a fair value measurement in both the cases is the same: to estimate the price at which orderly transaction to sell the asset to transfer the liability which would take place between market participants at the time measurement date under current market condition. Next question is, an arbitrator is chosen and paid by the disputant, acts in accordance with the privately chosen procedure so far as that is not repugnant to the public policy. C, both A and B are correct. D, neither A nor B are correct. So you have studied Arbitrator Act. So the arbitrator is chosen and paid by the disputant, and it acts accordance with the privately chosen procedure so far as that is not repugnant to the public policy. You have to remember that. Next is view of linking yield in real estate with the government security was changed by Supreme Court in 1983 in the case of, you remember, it is Union of India versus Shrimati Shanti Devi. So here a statement is given, you have to give the right answer. So what is a void contract? A void contract is a contract which is not enforceable by law, does not have reasonable terms, declared void by the Indian Contract Act. Both A and C are correct. So you know void contract is which is not enforceable by law and which is declared void by the Indian Contract Act. So both are right. So many times we may answer the C, which is wrong. Then moving along indifference curve. So what is indifference curve? You have studied. In which subject you have studied this indifference curve?
Economics. Economics.
So what is indifference curve?
Economics.
So you have studied it in economics part. What is this indifference curve? What is this indifference curve?
When both the variables move in same direction.
So basically, we have a two product. Let us suppose a person have a option of hot dogs and samosas, and if two hot dogs and four samosas are three hot dogs and one samosa, if these two things give him the same satisfaction, means the point on the indifference curve will give the same satisfaction level to the consumer of two products. The combination, it will be a combination of two products. It first of all, indifference curve will show the points of combination of two products which is giving the same satisfaction to the consumer. That curve is called indifference curve. So moving along the indifference curve, the marginal rate of substitution for good increases as more of the good is consumed. Next, consumer does not prefer one consumption point to another. Marginal rate of substitution is equals to 0. marginal rate of substitution is constant. So you know all the points of give on the indifference curve will give the same satisfaction to the consumer. So the consumer does not prefer one consumption point to another. That is the right answer. Next is a lessee is enjoying a profit rent of 1,80,000 per month, which is likely to be continue for the next 30 years. What will be the market value of the interest in the property? If the dual rate for a remunerative rate of 5% and an accumulative rate of 3% per annum for 30 years is 9.8991. So this is simple one. You know, net income is 1,80,000. So you see here, you need not to calculate YP dual rate. He has already given you. Otherwise, if you calculate by any means, any method, YP dual rate, it will again come out to be 9.8991. So in most of the questions, remember when you are to use YP dual rate, it will be given to you until and unless you have a question to specifically calculate this YP dual rate. So it is given you net in, you know the formula is net income into YP, 1 crore 80 lakh multiplied by 9.8991. The answer is 2 crore 13 lakh 84,000. Next, to enhance a procedure to that control charts and procedures of descriptive statistics are classified into statistical tools, industry statistics, serial tools, behavioral tools. So you have to remember this. We have studied it in statistics part. Next question is, all the following are true about a recorded mortgage instrument except that it is a debenture, secures the loan with the property, creates a specific lien, it is a security device for promissory note. So it is not a debenture. So his following are true about mortgage instrument except. See the word except means the answer is A. Next, an appraiser is using the expression willing and informed buyer and a willing informed seller is referring to which value? Which value is we are referring to?
Market value.
So it is market value. Next, a narrative appraisal report cannot include the types of grids used in informed reports, is always self-contained appraisal report, is not more than 10 pages long, give the appraiser the freedom to design the report in the manner that is most efficient. So what should be your answer? What should be the answer? Right answer. Anybody?
Answer is given by the most efficient.
So basically, whenever you are providing a valuation report, you have the ability to design the report in the manner that is most efficient. There is no condition said that it should be a self-contained appraisal report. It should not be more than 10 years long. That it cannot include types of grades used in form report, etc. Next is a valuer shall endeavor to ensure that he provides information and shall not misrepresent any facts of situation. So true and appropriate facts, information, true and adequate information, true and fair information, true and correct information. See here, all the answers seems to be right, but when you study this model code of conduct for registered values, as per registered values rule 2017, a value should endeavor to ensure that he provide true and adequate information and shall not misrepresent any facts or situations. When the right to fair compensation and transparency in land acquisition, rehabilitation, and resettlement to Act 2013 came into force. You have to remember this date. This is 31st December 2014. Next is imputed interest on lease rental is considered in income approach. So what is imputed interest rate? Imputed interest rate represents the minimum return required by the investors and is typically set by the management as target return on the investment. Next is a social factor affecting the values. School and garden, packing, corner influence, building code. So see here he is asking about social factor. So social factor is school and garden. Surface Act provides that a net owned fund for an asset reconstruction company should not be less than 2 crore or such higher amount as the Reserve Bank may notify, not less than 4 crore rupees or such higher amount as the Reserve Bank may notify, not less than 3 crore or such higher amount as Reserve Bank may notify, not less than 1 crore rupees or such amount as the Reserve Bank may notify.
So friends, sometimes this type of question may be asked during the examination, which are having similar answers, almost similar answer. If you have not studied thoroughly in your books or syllabus, then you may be confused during the examination. Yes, sir.
You have to remember that the right answer is say A. So you have to go through Surface Act carefully. You will get at least one question from Surface Act. It is 100% sure. Under the Transfer of Property Act 1882, vested interest is, what is vested interest? Defeated by the death of the transferor, defeated by the death of the transferee, either are both A and B, neither A nor B. So basically, what is vested interest? Vested interest is that where certain time period is given. For example, A makes a gift to B for ₹100 to be paid to him on the death of C. So B gets a vested interest as the event, namely C's death is certain. So the answer is D. Next is liquid or quick asset is equals to, you have to remember this from bookkeeping. It is current assets minus stock plus work in progress. So see, all the four answers seems to be similar, but you have to remember the correct answer is B. Next is report present conclusion based upon, the intuition, investigation, belief or impression. It is investigation. Then the controller's responsibility are primarily in nature, while the treasurer's responsibility are primarily related to. So the treasurer's responsibility, they are related to accounting, financial management. Then a technique for extracting adjustments directly from the sale prices of comparable based on contribution of a single feature is called. It is called paired data analysis. What is paired data analysis? It is a real estate appraisal method or improvement in a property. It involves comparing sale prices of similar properties that differ in only one characteristic or feature. For example, specific upgrade or improvement. Next question is, a deed subject to a restrictive covenant involves which one of the following? Zoning restrictions, defective title, encumbrances, life estate. So you have to remember. It is the right answer is C, encumbrance. Next, title to an owner's real estate can be transferred at the death of the owner by which of the following? Last will and testament, special warranty deed, trustee deeds, or warranty deed. What is the right answer?
Last will and testament.
This is the right answer. So
It
if
last will and
the
testament.
budgetary deficit is nil, borrowing and other liabilities are 70 crore, what is the amount of fiscal deficit? Nil, 30 crore, 70 crore, can't say. So first, you have to remember this formula: fiscal deficit. It is budgetary deficit minus borrowing and other liability. As budgetary deficit is 0 minus 70 crore. So the right answer is 70 crore. ठीक है संदीप जी, this is all from my side.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. So, friends, this is all from our side for this 0-hour session, which is very important for your examination purposes. And almost all the syllabus is completed now, and all other doubts are already cleared. If you are having any doubt or any